before we begin, just breathe. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to see the whole picture. You don't have to know what comes next. Just be here. Because maybe you've been trying so hard to see ahead, to know the outcome, to be certain before you move, and the not knowing is exhausting you. Let the air fill your lungs slowly. Feel it enter. Feel it leave. You don't need clarity right now. You don't need answers. You don't need certainty. Just rest in this moment and trust that you are held. If you've been afraid of making the wrong choice, you're not alone. If uncertainty feels unbearable, I understand. If you keep waiting for a sign, a clear answer, a guaranteed outcome before you take the next step, you're not lacking faith. You're human. And humans want to see before they believe. There's a fear that comes with not knowing, with standing at a crossroads and not being able to see down either path, with having to choose without certainty, with walking forward when you can't see where you're going. It feels dangerous, reckless, like you might ruin everything with one wrong move. Maybe you're facing a decision that could change your life, a job, a relationship, a move, a calling. And you're paralyzed because you can't see the outcome. You don't know if it will work out, if it's the right choice, if you'll regret it. And the weight of not knowing is crushing. Maybe you've been praying for clarity, for a clear sign, for God to just show you what to do, and you feel like He's silent, like He's withholding the answers you desperately need, and you don't understand why. Maybe you're afraid of choosing wrong, of missing God's plan, of taking a step that leads you away from where you're supposed to be. And that fear keeps you stuck, frozen, unable to move forward because you can't see ahead. Maybe you've been waiting for certainty before you act, waiting to feel sure, waiting for the fear to go away, waiting for the path to be clear, but it never comes. And you're tired of waiting, tired of not knowing, tired of living in limbo. Maybe you look at other people who seem so sure, so confident in their decisions, so clear about their direction, and you wonder why you can't have that, why everything feels foggy for you, why you're stumbling in the dark while everyone else seems to walk in light. Maybe you're carrying the weight of responsibility, not just for yourself, but for others who will be affected by your choice, your family, your future, people depending on you. And that makes the decision even heavier, because it's not just your life at stake, and the pressure is suffocating. Maybe you've made wrong choices before, and you're terrified of doing it again, of trusting yourself and being wrong, of stepping out and falling. So you stay where you are, even though staying hurts, because at least it's familiar. At least you know what to expect. Some of you lie awake at night, running through every possibility, every outcome, every consequence, because the fear whispers, if you get this wrong, you'll destroy everything. Your future, your family's security, the life you've worked so hard to build. One wrong choice and it all falls apart. That's what the fear says, and it's paralyzing. You replay scenarios over and over. What if this happens? What if that doesn't work? What if I lose what I have? What if I miss the one right path and spend the rest of my life paying for it? The weight of that possibility is crushing, and it keeps you frozen, unable to move, unable to choose, unable to trust. But here's what I need you to hear today. Walking by faith means walking without seeing. It means trusting God even when you can't see the outcome, even when the path is unclear, even when you're afraid, because faith isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to trust anyway. Solomon, one of the wisest people who ever lived, wrote something that has guided millions through uncertainty. He said, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Trust in the Lord, not in your ability to predict the future, not in your capacity to see ahead, not in your wisdom to figure it all out. In the Lord, with all your heart. Not just part of it, not just when it makes sense, all of it. Lean not on your own understanding, because your understanding is limited. You can only see what's in front of you, but God sees the whole story. He sees what's ahead, what's behind, what's around the corner, and he's already there. In all your ways, submit to him. Bring every decision to him, every fear, every question, not demanding answers, but surrendering outcomes, and he will make your paths straight. Not because you figured it out, but because he's directing you, even when you can't see it, especially when you can't see it. So in this quiet moment, let me speak to God for you. Father, I come to you for the one listening, the one who is afraid, the one standing at a crossroads, the one who cannot see what comes next. Meet them here, in the uncertainty, in the fear, in the not knowing. Speak to their heart. Remind them that they don't have to see the outcome to trust you. That faith is stepping forward even when the path is unclear, that you are already in their future, waiting, preparing, working. Calm their racing mind, the mind that's been running through every scenario, every possibility, every fear. Quiet it, still it, bring peace where there's been anxiety. For those afraid of choosing wrong, remind them that you're not a God who tricks his children. You're not hiding the right answer. You're guiding them. And even if they take a step that wasn't your first choice, you can redirect, you can course correct, you can work all things together for good. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be willing. For those waiting for certainty before they move, show them that certainty isn't always the goal, trust is. And sometimes you withhold clarity so they'll learn to trust you more than their ability to see. Give them courage to take the next step, not the whole staircase, just, even if they can't see where it leads. For those paralyzed by fear of the future, by fear of failure, by fear of missing your plan, break that fear. Replace it with trust, with confidence that you are good, that you are faithful, that you will never leave them, that they are safe in your hands even when they can't see the road ahead. For those who lie awake, consumed by the fear that one wrong choice will destroy everything, silence that lie. Show them that you're not fragile, that your love isn't conditional on them choosing perfectly, that even their mistakes can't separate them from you or disqualify them from your goodness. You are bigger than their worst-case scenario, stronger than their deepest fear, and more faithful than they could ever comprehend. Some of them are exhausted from the mental weight of trying to figure it all out, from playing out every scenario in their head, from trying to predict the future, from carrying the burden of outcomes that haven't even happened yet. Lift that weight. Show them they don't have to carry it, that you're holding the future and they can rest. For those who feel like they're walking in the dark, like everyone else has clarity but they're stumbling, remind them that walking by faith often feels like walking in the dark, that not seeing is part of the journey, and that you are the light. Even when they can't see the path, you can, and that's enough. Protect them from the fear of missing out, from the fear that one wrong choice will ruin everything. That's not how you work. You're not fragile. Your plans aren't derailed by human imperfection. You're sovereign, and you can use even their missteps for your glory. For those carrying the weight of responsibility for others, who feel the pressure of making the right choice, not just for themselves, but for their family, their future. People who depend on them carry that burden with them. Remind them they're not alone in this, that you care about the people they love even more than they do, and you will provide, you will guide, you will protect. Give them wisdom, not just knowledge, but the kind of wisdom that comes from knowing you, trusting you, walking closely with you. Help them discern your voice, not through dramatic signs, but through peace, through scripture, through the quiet leading of your spirit. For those who have made wrong choices before and are terrified of doing it again, heal that wound. Let them know that past mistakes don't disqualify them from future blessings, that you're not holding their history against them, that every day is a new opportunity to trust you. Teach them to surrender outcomes, to release control, to stop trying to engineer the perfect result, and to simply trust that you are good, that you are working, that you see what they can't. Some of them are one decision away from breakthrough, but fear is keeping them frozen. Fear of the unknown, fear of what they might lose, fear of stepping into something new. Give them courage, bold, fearless, trust-filled courage, the kind that says, I don't know what happens next, but I know who holds tomorrow, and that's enough. Let them feel your presence today, not just as an idea, but as a real, tangible closeness. A whisper that says, I'm with you, I see you, I've got this. Help them take the next step, not perfectly, not with full clarity, just faithfully, one step at a time, trusting that you'll light the path as they walk. Father, let this be the moment they release the need to see the whole picture, and trust that you're holding it, because you are. You always have been. You always will be. Take a slow breath, let it settle. You don't have to see the outcome. You just have to trust the one who does. God sees ahead. He's already there, and He's holding your future with the same hands that hold you right now. You can trust Him, even when you can't see, especially when you can't see. Walk forward, not because you're certain, but because you're held, and that's more than enough. If this prayer spoke to your heart, write, I trust you, God, in the comments. Not as a wish, as a declaration, a surrender, a step of faith. You are not walking alone. May God walk with you today and guide every step you take.